This week's book tip is about questions. Have you ever wondered how we moved from simple communication, like drums in Africa, to the overwhelming digital age that we live in today? Well, if so, then James Gleick, already 2011 book, The Information, A History, a Theory, a Flood, is an incredible bird's-eye journey through the history, science, and the philosophy of how humanity has developed, shared, and now sort of wrestles with the vast amounts of information that we generate on a daily basis. Gleick opens with a captivating story about African drums being the most early form of communication that we ever had. And that sort of allowed messages to travel distances, right? Not just telling stories. And he uses this as a springboard to explore how human ingenuity paved the way for much revolutionary inventions like the telegraph, the telephone, and eventually the stuff you're using right now, the internet. And along the way, we meet some of history's greatest minds. Claude Shannon, whose 1948 theory basically introduced the term bit, now a building block of today's digital world. And people like Charles Babbage, the father of computing. The book isn't just about machines and about math. Gleick highlights how information has shaped every aspect of our modern life, from the creation of the first dictionary to the role of things like genetic coding in biology. And he shows us how all of these disciplines, like psychology, physics, and biology, adopted information theory with varying success. Well, sometimes they could and sometimes they couldn't explain the modern world. But he even shows how Wikipedia basically is a library of Babel, a new space where humans collectively dump their knowledge and also a bit of the chaos. One of the book's provoking ideas is how we're now drowning in all of this information. And Gleick argues that the real challenge isn't creating or saving data anymore, it's deleting it. The flood of data has made it harder to find what's good and meaningful, and that forces us to filter and search in increasingly clever ways. The information is part a history lesson, part a philosophical essay, and in part it's an exploration of what it means to live in a world that is built on information and communication. It connects the dots between seemingly unrelated things like talking drums and quantum physics, and it leaves you with a much deeper appreciation of how information has influenced you and me and how it shapes our universe. It's a long book. That is true. But if you're curious about how we got to this moment in the digital age, or you simply love seeing the threads that connect all the technologies we have in the world, with humans and with language, The Information is absolutely an intriguing must-read book. Dive in, you won't look at the world the same way again. It comes highly, highly recommended. So happy reading.